When Mom told me she was letting Rick move back in, I dropped the glass I was holding. It shattered on the kitchen floor, splashing orange juice everywhere, but neither of us flinched. We just stood there, facing each other. Her eyes were soft, almost guilty. Mine were fire. "You're kidding, right?" I asked, my voice low and sharp. Mom looked down at the floor, then slowly shook her head. "He's different now, Claire. He's trying." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After everything. After that night. It had been 5 years since Rick walked out of our lives. I was 17 then. He wasn't my real father, but he had been living with us for 2 years before everything blew up. Back then, Mom was still trying to rebuild after Dad died, and Rick had swooped in like he was saving us. But it was all charm and manipulation. He controlled her. Controlled me in more subtle ways. He never touched me. Not like that. But the things he'd say when Mom wasn't around, the way he'd look at me, no one believed me when I told them. Not even her. I remember standing in this exact kitchen the night I finally told her. I was crying, shaking, begging her to listen. She thought I was being dramatic. She said I'd misunderstood him. A month later, Rick left. Not because of what I said, but because she found out he'd been cheating on her with a woman at his job. That she couldn't forgive. Until now, apparently. I knelt down and started cleaning the glass. My hands were trembling, but I didn't let her see that. "He just needs a place to stay," Mom continued softly. "Only for a little while. He lost his job, his apartment. He's got no one." I laughed, bitter and hollow. "And that's our problem? I can't let him live on the street." I stood up, tossed the broken pieces in the trash. "Then don't expect me to be here when he walks through that door." Mom didn't answer. She didn't have to. That night, I packed my things. I didn't have much. Just a few boxes of clothes, my books, and my camera. I'd moved back in 6 months earlier after my boyfriend Jason and I split, thinking it would be temporary. But now, everything felt like I was right back at 17 again. Helpless and unheard. I moved in with my friend Haley. She didn't ask questions, just gave me the spare bedroom and a hug. A week passed. Then 2. I didn't call Mom. She didn't call me. But then one evening, I ran into him. I was at the grocery store picking up coffee and almond milk when I turned the corner and saw Rick in the freezer aisle. He was thinner, older looking. The kind of worn that didn't come from age but from bad living. Still, when he saw me, his smile came too easily. "Claire," he said, like we were old friends. "Hey, wow." I didn't respond, just turned and started walking away. "Hey, wait," he called after me. "Please." I didn't stop. I made it to the parking lot before I felt his hand on my shoulder. "Don't touch me," I snapped, spinning around. He held his hands up like I'd pulled a gun on him. Okay. I wanted to say I'm sorry." I stared at him. "Sorry for what?" He hesitated. That smile dropped. "For everything. For being a jerk. For not being the man your mom needed, or the guy you deserved to feel safe around." It took everything in me not to punch him in the face. "You don't get to apologize and wipe it all away," I said. He nodded slowly. "I know, I'm just trying to be better now. Trying to fix things." I shook my head. "Then start by staying away from us." I got in my car and drove home, heart pounding. That night, I couldn't sleep. I thought about what he said. Was it possible people really changed? And even if they did they deserve to be let back in? A few days later, Mom texted, "Can we talk? Please, I miss you." I ignored it. Then 2 more texts came. And finally, one word that made my chest tighten. Emergency. I drove over right away. Mom was on the couch, curled up, sobbing. Rick had left. He'd taken her credit cards, her laptop, even some of her jewelry. Why did I let him back in?" she whispered. I knelt beside her. For the first time in years, I didn't feel angry, just tired. Because you loved him, I said quietly. And sometimes that blinds us. She looked at me. I didn't believe you. When you told me, back then, about what he said to you, I didn't want to believe it. I swallowed hard. I know. I'm sorry, Claire. I'm so sorry. We sat there in silence. For weeks after that, I stayed with her. Helped her cancel cards, change passwords, contact the police. Not that anything would come of it. Rick had vanished like a ghost, like he always did when things didn't go his way. One afternoon, I found her in the backyard, staring at the old garden Dad used to tend. He used to sit out here in the evenings with a glass of wine, she said. Your dad. He'd read, or just listened to the birds. I forgot what peace felt like until now.